this is as real as it gets.
This is Nash Gruner, the son of Olivia Gruner, and you are listening to the UCW radio show, In Your Face.
The number you have reached, 911, has been changed to a non-published number.
You're listening to UCW Radio.
In Your Face.
Give it to me, baby.
All right, welcome to the UCW radio show. This is the show where we feature celebrities, entertainers, recording artists, authors, up-and-comers, and so much more. Basically, some great people that are inspiring others. Now, before we bring on our next guest, I want to remind all of our listeners to make sure to check out the latest edition of the Money Never Sleeps magazine and the UCW magazine. And you can find both on ucwmagazine.com. And we are featuring some great people in both magazines every issue. It's pretty amazing what we also. You can find the UCW radio show and the Money Never Sleeps radio show on iTunes, Stitcher, and so many more distribution points, so you have no excuse not to listen to it. Now, our next guest is a recording artist that is on the path to getting her music nominated for a Grammy Award. That's right, a Grammy Award. And she has heart and soul, and above all, she pays it forward daily. So without further ado, let's bring on recording artist, actress, and soon-to-be reality TV show star, DiLee, to the show. All right, DiLee, welcome to the UCW radio show. How are you?
I'm doing fabulous. Thank you so much. How are you?
Pretty good, pretty good. I want to thank you for coming on the show and taking time out of your very, very, very hectic schedule, which, you know, right now you guys, you're going like, woo, you're all over the place now.
I know, a million miles a minute. So true. We've got so many different things going on right now. I have this EP campaign that we're going to be submitting to the Grammys by their deadline of August 27th, so our campaign ends on the 15th. It's at pledgemusic.com /projects/DiLee. Also have this reality show that's coming on the air this fall, and my partners Lydia Cornell and Aaron Morgart are just awesome to work with. We were originally cast in the reality show, and due to our real life outrageous stories, we are now the writers and the co-creators of the show, and it's going to be full of promise for a jaw-dropping, full of humor, drama-filled show. And then, of course, I also have some other projects too, some film projects that I'm a part of for this year. So it's nuts, but it's all in a good way.
Well, it's all good stuff. It's definitely all good stuff. And what I want to do for the purpose of our listeners, it's always good to get the background story on things, because especially on this show, you know, we wanna let the listeners know a little more about you, because you know we want them to understand the story. So let's crank back a little bit, because we went over we went over the highlights. So let's crank back and let's actually speak about how you got involved in entertainment.
Very good question. I basically started writing poetry and a number of years back, and I then joined a band where the two cousins had a falling out, so that was the end of that. And of course, everybody kind of knows being an artist these days is not an easy thing. You have to pay your bills, and a lot of times have to have at least a full-time job or several part-time jobs in order to support yourself. So I did that and turned the poetry into songs, and worked with a number of different producers. And along the way, getting these produced, getting demos recorded, just met a whole lot of film and TV people as well, because there's so much crossover in the entertainment industry on all three levels.
So as you were going through the music development process, that's the terminology I'm going to utilize. The music development process, you went from poetry to creating music, which is, that's to me, that's a natural. Okay. And then in the process, you're a friendly person. So you're actually start socializing. Hey, hi, hoo, ha. And then you're meeting this one, that director, this actor, so on and so forth. And
exactly.
Okay. And then it started to progress from there.
That's right. You got it.
Okay. So
it's been fun. It's been a fun ride.
Well, it's always a fun ride. It has to be. If it's not fun, why do it? Why do it?
What's the point then, right?
Yeah, exactly. So now, at what age did you start writing poetry?
I've been somewhat of a writer since I was a child. But I didn't really start to develop some full, poems that had a lot of life lessons and some hope of inspiration and involvement until I was past the age of 21. So,
that would make sense, because when you're a kid, what life lessons do you have? But
exactly.
I spilt the milk. I
That's
spilt
right.
the milk.
That's right. I want to be this when I grow up, or whatever. Yeah. So.
Yeah, I don't want to grow up. I want to be a Toys R Us kid. So now,
yes.
So 21, you started getting deeper poems done.
Yes, I started writing with a little bit more depth and experience, and then it just progressed from there. It's funny because poetry it's a different art than songwriting, but along the same lines. It's because when you write a song, it's got a flow. You can't just use any words. Whereas a poem, if it rhymes, if you want to make a rhyming poem, it rhymes. It's like, okay, well, it fits, it's cool. But with a song, it's a lot more difficult than that, because you have a melody, and then the melody and the words have to flow and sound appealing and kind of go with the vibe of the song. So
it's not as easy as people think. It's definitely not
It's definitely not. But I have found over the last 3-4 years that it's a whole lot easier when the more you let go and the more you kind of surrender to being an instrument, and just feeling the love and the lesson and the inspiration and that sort of thing, rather than any expectation of even ourselves. Because then when we have expectation, you're thinking too much, and then you're worried, and then you're stressed out, and that's not any fun. And then it comes out in the song, it comes out in our work. So
I find that creative people, if you're a musician, recording artist, you're an artist, anything along those lines, that when you kind of cross that line from doing it because you love it to doing it because you have to do it, you kind of lose something in translation there.
You definitely can. It can work both ways. It can be a pressure that is not good for the art itself, and yet it also can give us a little bit of structure, so that like if it's a balance. It's a balance of having some deadlines or having a goal, or not to let down your fellow partners or band members or co-writers. From that standpoint, it can be a positive.
Oh, that's definitely a positive. I was talking about when you do something like an artist, okay, they may get commissioned to do a painting and they have to do it in X amount of time. All right, when you have that creative spirit, it kind of comes and you flow with it. You may get something done in 3 days, but something may take you 30 days or 2 months. It all depends.
It's true. It is true. I do find, though, the more, like I said, you let go and the more you unpeel the layers, strip down, so to speak, to be that naked soul, then and be vulnerable, the more you're exposed, the easier it is to actually get to the art of it, if that makes any sense.
I mean, would you consider that? Would you consider that like kind of stripping your inhibitions and everything and just... Exactly.
Expectations, inhibitions, fears, of being judged, fears of, not living up to our own expectations, instead of just letting go and being the instrument, not being afraid to be vulnerable, facing ourselves, having the courage to be that valiant artist that is like, hey, this is me. Mm-hmm. I'm not ashamed of who I am. And doesn't matter if people judge me, because everyone is the same. In a way, we all are alike, exactly alike.
Yeah, well, that's true. We all breathe the same air. We bleed.
Right.
So
exactly.
now you're making music, all right? You've and we're going to talk about what you have going music wise in a minute. But now I'm just curious in how that crossover happened with music, and then going into film and TV and doing that type of thing.
Excellent question. It's like I said, it's funny. It just happened to find me, I guess. In the music arena, you kind of come across people who are in television and film. I was doing a video and met someone that way, and I'm doing more than one film project, full-length motion picture project, with him.
Are you acting in the movie? Or are you doing?
Yes,
okay.
I have a part in the film, as well as helping to bring in additional funds that the film needs. So I'll also be like I don't want the executive producer role, so I've said, hey, I don't want people thinking I'm putting the money in, so can I just have a TV type of credit, co-executive producer, the one that's helping the investor bring in the money for the project? And they're like, yeah, sure, whatever you want, that's fine.
Yeah, well, you're wearing many hats in that respect.
Yes, wearing many hats. Basically, it boils down to just helping out wherever I can, whenever I can, as much as I can.
Well, and I think that when you have you leave your options open as you move forward, especially in entertainment, a lot of opportunities will start coming to you because you're not looking for it. They're just coming to you.
Right.
Right. So that I understand fully, because you never know when the opportunity's going to come and hit you. And with you, because of how you are, but with how you are, and how you're friendly and everything, I can see a lot of opportunities like that coming to you, pretty easily.
Thank you.
I think.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I appreciate that.
Now we're going to talk about your music for a little bit, because I want listeners to understand what you're actually doing, music wise.
Yes. Okay. Well, I'm a member of the Grammys. I'm as of late last year, and I feel very privileged just to be a part of such a highly respected organization. Not necessarily winning anything. And they do have a deadline of August 27th for submissions for possible Grammy nominations.
Right.
So I said, let's, why not? We're a part of the organization. Let's put something together and submit it. Some people, I guess, people that are in the music industry know that it's a very expensive industry. Mm-hmm. We can do a lot of things ourselves. We can record a demo ourselves, but to be able to get it to the magnitude of being listened to by the Academy of the Grammys, whether or not it is up to par with my contemporaries, is a completely different story. So we have a crowdfunding campaign right now to raise a little bit of money to go into a studio here in Hollywood, Ocean Way, and on Sunset, and take it from demo to professional. Real expensive mic, expensive engineer, professional musician that has played with the Elton Johns of the world.
I think they should all do it for free. That's what I think. And I don't know what's the name of that studio?
Ocean Way.
Ocean Way. I think you should do this for free because you're gonna get some recognition. You're gonna get some recognition for this, Ocean Way. I'm watching you now, buddies. All right.
Yeah, the only problem with that is they'll say that they already have recognition.
Yeah.
Like there's so many people that record over there that are well known.
Of course, I know the game with that. You know, you go in there, you get all the stuff on the wall, everything else, and so on and so forth. But you know what? I think supporting artists is important, especially if they have potential. Okay, and
it is important, and I agree with you. And I think that's another reason why I love Pledge Music, because I joined them because they have provided a vehicle for tons of artists all over the world to be able to reach their creative goals and get the people, the friends and family members and fans involved to be a part of it. So for me, to be able to invite my friends, people who support me, into my world and actually be with me on this journey to the Grammys, I think is actually pretty cool, because I will never forget the people who are jumping on board and even buying, $10, $15 pre-order of the EP and a physical signed copy of the EP, because every little dollar counts. And so everyone that actually puts forth money for a pledge, they're the ones that get it first before the rest of the world, because iTunes will release it in September, but they'll get it in the end of August. So, and then being a part of this journey, I mean, they can actually have their name on the liner notes to the Grammys. So these are like little things that I think to be able to share this, I think is so cool, because, as an artist, every artist, all of us, we dream about this type of thing, and to be able to do this type of thing, and to be able to be on this path to wowdom, So, shoot, if I can take a bunch of people with me, I'm going to do it. So.
Well, and I think that's the best way to do it. And I say this all the time. If you and I said it not too long ago, that I'd rather go and have a tenth of the success and have a nice group of people, but good people by my side, than go 100% of the way by myself, because it's kind of lonely going on that journey by yourself. You know what? It is true, and there's so many people that have said that it's lonely at the top. Yeah, and that's why you see these. Sometimes seriously, this is a serious thing. Sometimes you see wealthy people. Stress and everything comes into play, and they either die alone or they wind up doing something to harm themselves, taking drugs, this and that, and this is stuff that happens. But what we're going to do, DiLee, is we're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to come back, and I want to talk more about what you're doing with the Grammys, and then also I want to speak about your other projects, okay? So I want our listeners to stick with us, and we're going to be back with DiLee on the UCW radio show right after this quick break.
Asking
All right, we are back with DiLee, and you just heard her little jingle, her song. All right, DiLee. See, I almost made that mistake. Oh my God, you would have killed me. You would have killed me.
No, I would not have killed you.
Oh.
But it sounds like you might have killed me with the whole. Yeah, die just kind of sounds very morbid. That's all.
Yeah, no, that I understand. Actually, I caught myself. See, I deserve props for that one. So,
you do.
So tell
100%.
us a little bit about the song that we just heard. Your most recent song. Tell us about it.
Well, all of my songs actually are from personal experience, except for Battle Ballad. Battle Ballad is just a song that we wrote in dedication to our military, our veterans, and their families, and all victims of war everywhere, all over the world. But this song that you just played, Around the Sun, I was actually thinking we should have on the EP, but I think we're going to save that for another, either a single or the album or the second EP. It has been nominated for a Hollywood Music Award. So, I figured out let's just ride that one out, and then there'll be 3 to 5 others that will be submitted to the Grammys. Okay. By August 27th, their deadline. So,
and now what happened?
But Around the Sun, you want me to tell you what it's about?
Yeah. Tell me what Around the Sun is about.
It is about all of us being one and journeying around the sun. Our journey around the sun together as one, and the place where all belong. It's very non-descriptive, because we want to call it heaven or, with, back to our creator, because there's, I believe, one creator created all of us. So it's the whole one love, one people, one essence mentality, that song is about.
And I wouldn't be surprised if Coca-Cola, Pepsi grabbed that one. I'm telling you. They may do that. All right, so now I was going to ask you something. So the process with the Grammys is as such. You take you submit you get everything done, and you get everything done on a professional level. And what do? You just submit it to them, and then you cross your fingers, hope and pray? How does that work?
Yes, exactly. So we get the songs to be produced in the best way possible. And then we upload from the Grammy site, because as a member, I have a profile on the Grammy site, and I upload from there the single or the EP. In this case, it'll be an EP. And then there's, after a certain time frame, later in the year, there's going to be some voting actually on the nominations. But first is whether it deserves to be even nominated. So that's the first round.
So that's
I'm a new member, so this is all uncharted territory for me.
Okay, but Jim, how many people, think about it, how many people can actually say that they're doing this or attempting to do it? You're at a point that if they give you the nod, you're going to be up for an award.
Yeah, I mean that's
cool.
That's right, and that's an incredible thought. I mean, I just was like, can you believe that? I don't foresee that happening, but if that unforeseen event does happen, wow. I mean, everyone that was a part of this campaign is going to be responsible for that and a part of that journey. I think that's excitement for those that really believe in this project and believe in me, and and it does start with ourselves. I mean, we have to believe in ourselves.
Sure.
Seriously, I put my all into being the instrument of our higher power, of our creator. And I am very beyond happy just to be an instrument of the divine.
Well,
so
the reality
that's kind
is,
of my goal.
Well, the reality is if a person has a gift and this is at least how I see things, if they have a gift and they're not using it, you're wasting your time here.
It's true. I do believe that. If we feel there's something that we can do to make a difference, it's kind of our responsibility to actually keep doing it. And that's why I know that I'm on the right path, because God has actually given me this, whatever you want to call it, ability to help people with the songs that we've created. There's so many miraculous letters that I've received from listeners and people who have the songs, and it's like, wow, that's better than any award.
But isn't that the purpose of music, to touch people on a different level?
Yes. Absolutely.
Where you don't know why or who, what. I mean, you're not doing this specifically for a particular person, but, instead of touching one person, you can touch 1 million. You don't know.
It's true. That's very true. But you're right, in that sense that you actually touch someone or 10 people or whatever, that is the purpose of it. And then to me, then it's a successful work of art. It's a successful piece of art that has helped to change someone's life in a positive way. And wow, I don't think it really gets much better than that, except for being able to do that on a grander scale, to make a living at doing that, a really good living, and give part of that back, monetarily in a form of a nonprofit or something like that. That, I think, that's my goal. To be able to, open or start a 501c3 and have the proceeds go toward probably multiple different causes, but, something where it gives back to humanity, and that way everybody, wins, because I don't really want to, hoard anything. As a matter of fact, this campaign is geared towards just what we need for the recordings to be produced professionally enough to go to the Grammys, and then anything over that, 10% goes to Circle of Hope, and the other 90%, I have to do the video update, and put it on there. I haven't had a chance to, but the other 90% over the goal is actually going to be given back in, depending on how much it is, performing live in the top grossing city. Or cities, and other forms that I haven't thought of, because I don't know if we're going to go like way over the goal or not.
Well, you don't know yet. You don't know where things are going to go. Right now, you're in the process of doing it, but I just like the fact that you're thinking that way now. Not a lot of people think that way. 'Cause, paying it forward is a big thing. It's a big thing, and not everyone does it. And you sometimes you see what I write, and that's because I believe in that. I believe in the fact that if you're going to be successful, and if you're not giving more than you're taking, there's something wrong there. Right. There's something wrong there.
That we're so much alike. It's true, because when you give back so much of what you get, you give more than you get, you actually just keep receiving. Not necessarily, monetarily, but sometimes it is monetarily, but it's mostly the happiness and the contentment and the I don't know. It's hard to explain. I think you know what I'm saying. Joy.
I know exactly what you're saying, and let me sum it up for you. Okay, there's an artist that, passed away too soon. Okay, and his name was John Lennon. I'm sure that people listening kind of know the name. Okay, and when he was a kid in school, they asked him, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" His answer, happy.
Yeah.
Their response was, "You didn't understand the question." His answer, "Well, you don't understand life." So, in short, being happiness, all this other stuff is background noise. Everything else is background noise. If you are not happy in your life, then you don't have a full life, and there's a problem there.
Yep.
And it's a sad problem. So now, enough of that right now. Now what I want to do, I want to kind of touch into Well, I want to talk about the film, then I want to talk about the reality show project. So let's talk about the film that you're going to be in, because you're going to be some super duper star that when that happens, you're not going to even talk to me anymore. You're going to be.
Of course I will.
You're going to do to me what Arnold does to me. Doesn't talk to me anymore.
No, you're always going to be in my bestest group. You know that.
I appreciate that. So tell us about the movie.
Well, it's actually more than one, but we're just going to talk about one right now. It's I've been cast as the lead, and it's actually really, really cool. It's an action adventure, and we have a meeting about it a week from tomorrow for some name talent to become a part of the project, because we have a commitment for 100% of the funds now, which I also helped in bringing in, because there was only half when it was brought to me.
And let me stop you right there.
Okay.
The only thing that I have to say about that is beautiful.
Oh,
that's great.
Cool,
That's fantastic. Go ahead, continue.
Thank you. Yeah, because when he first came to me about it, because he said, well, I'm looking for, there's just no one I have come across that could play this lead, because they have to be at least part Chinese. Maybe not all Chinese. Maybe all Chinese are part Chinese. And he said, are you at least part Chinese? I said, yes, I'm 50% Chinese.
You probably laughed.
Said, okay, perfect.
You probably laughed when he said that, too.
I kind of did, because some people can tell right away and some people can't. It's funny, because some people see my Italian side and some people see my Asian side and some people see both and they're like, what are you? I'm like, I'm just a human being. I don't know.
Yeah. So when they ask you that, then the Italian comes out, hey, oh.
Yeah, yo. I'm a fusion. Okay. I'm a fusion of East and West.
There you go.
Yeah. So, and there was 50% attached at that time. And I said, well, I know of some people that may be interested in bringing the other half. He goes, what? You got my attention. So I said, okay, I'm glad I have your attention. So, then it went from there to, now I have a verbal commitment. The funds are supposed to be moved into the account, this is July, next month. So, there's just so much happening all at once. And this is also for another film as well. I think it's a kid's film, and that's going to be fun. I don't even want to tell you what I'm going to be doing now. I'm not the lead, but I want to be doing some fun stuff. Something that I never was able to do as a child, and I'll be able to do that. Oh my God.
You kind of relive your childhood through film.
That's what I'm doing. I'm reliving my childhood actually through all these forms, through the reality show, from the films, and through music. I'm beyond happy, Lou, really. I think you can probably hear it in my voice.
Yeah, I hear it, I see it, I know it. That's why you're on the show. See, as you know, or maybe you don't know, the only people that I bring on my show, I'm very selective, and the only people I bring on my show are those that I feel that would inspire other people. And that's why you're on the show, because of how you carry yourself and how I can see younger people looking at you and probably getting inspired because of your actions, and that is why you're here. So that's just to answer your question, if that question would have come up. It wasn't so much about your music or the film; it was about you as a person. Okay.
Thank you. That is definitely a part of my core, is to inspire, for sure. I love being inspired and to inspire, so I think that's what it's definitely all about.
And that's the name of the game. So now what I want to do you have anything else to say about the film? Did you want to give a website or something for people? If there isn't, I like to go on to the reality show.
Yeah, no, not a website just yet. They have the domain name, but they're putting everything together, all the pre-hype for the film and everything. So I can't say anything until it's released. But,
no problem. But I can say something though. I can say something. Hey, I know you guys are listening. You're so lucky to have her in your corner. You hit lotto.
Aw, thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Don't worry about it. Now let's let's talk about the reality show. How did this form? What this is like craziness. How did this whole thing come about?
It is. It's so funny. Well, Erin Morgart and I have been friends through social media. She lived on the opposite side of the country. She came here last summer, and she's a mover and a shaker, and she's an entrepreneurial Mensa woman that's just, she's an incredible lady. And we were cast in this reality show. And then because her and I have so many incredible, just unreal real life stories, they're like, wow, you guys can be the creators and the co-writers of the show. And we're like, yeah, we definitely can. And then Lydia Cornell, who was from Too Close for Comfort in the 80s, she is also an extraordinary woman. I mean, just a woman of strength and inspiration and beauty, just like Erin. And she is just a honest to good, beautiful soul, and working just so much because she's an actress and a writer and producer. And she has this play, Hollywood Shorts, going on right now that's starting next week, and on the 9th, every Wednesday for, I don't know how many Wednesdays, but I'll be there.
And that's the short play, is that in Hollywood?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Do you have information on that? We'll give it at the end, or we can give it now, just so that the listeners, if they wanted to actually go see this, that they would be able to?
I'd have to look it up, but you can purchase tickets at brownpapertickets.com, and then look up Hollywood Shorts.
Okay.
And just exactly how it sounds, and it's at the Whitefire Theater in Sherman Oaks, just right outside of Hollywood, right next to Hollywood. And it's a humorous, incredible play. So I'm really looking forward to seeing it with a bunch of my friends and people who are going to be, who are castmates that are part of this new reality show. And because she's our really good friend and she is involved with so many different projects, we asked her if she'd like to join us in this reality show as a co-writer and co-creator, because she has a bunch of really incredible real life stories as well that it's just hilarious. I mean, it's, because life can be tragedy and comedy at the same time.
Sure. And
she's turned her tragedies into comedy, and she's just freaking hilarious. And so she was like, yeah, she'd love to. And it's healing, it's inspiring, it's jaw-dropping, it's drama-filled, it's humorous, it's just, it's like, wow. Like, how did this happen? Just like you said, how did this happen? It just kind of fell into our lap, I guess. It's just, it's incredible. It's a God-given gift, really. It's, and
I have a theory.
Yeah.
You know what my theory is? And actually, it's not a theory. It's more of my mantra, maybe, kind of. I believe that good things happen for good people. And
yes,
that's it.
It's true. It's karma, when you keep doing good for others and you're the best person you can be in all aspects of your life, that's just simple physics. It just comes back to you. Not that you do it for that, but it just happens.
Yeah.
We're just, it's just like, whoa, how did that happen? So, but yeah, it's an incredible ride. It's just amazing. And we have, multiple networks that are interested, and so just so the listeners understand this, the reason we're kind of like dancing around this, because we really can't say a lot about it, because this is Hollywood. Right. This is Hollywood, people. So when you have a reality show or something, or a TV show or film, you really can't give too much out,
until you're ready and it's done, ready to roll, that you can actually speak about it, because if not, then it can actually blow your chances of getting stuff done. So this is the reason why we're dancing around through the tulips on this, because we can't say too much. But I needed to make that clear because, listeners may have questions. So now, you're at the point that you guys are putting together your sizzle. You're doing everything that you need to do. And, you're coming close to something winding up on television.
Exactly.
Okay, well that's fantastic. I mean, I think that's beautiful.
Thank you.
Okay, and so we have music, we have film, we have TV. What else is DiLee gonna conquer? I don't know, but we don't have a lot of time left on the show to talk about it. But what I want to do, DiLee, is for you to give first your website information, second your social media information so people can follow your career, and also, give information on that crowdfunding deal so that people, if they're interested in getting involved, that they have the ability to do so.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. And to all of you listeners out there, thank you for tuning in. Lou is awesome, as you can see, and that's why you tune into him. And thank you so much, Lou, for having me on the show. My website address is dileemusic.com. That's DileeMusic.com. And all my social media is actually on there, but most of my social media is DiLee Music. It's Twitter at DiLee Music, Facebook, Music by DiLee and DiLee Music. Instagram is DiLee Music, I believe. Vine is, I believe, DiLee or DiLee Music. And, what else? LinkedIn, DiLee Music. And
anything.
the crowdfunding.
Everything. Yeah, everything's DiLee. and it's DILEE for our listeners out there. Just go to any social media thing, just put in DILEE, and she's gonna come up, and then you follow her and all that stuff. Now,
correct.
Because I didn't want you to go through the whole list.
Lee.
Yeah, exactly. So, now I want you to go into the crowdfunding things in case any listeners, and I would urge you to at least find out about it, check into it. But, if they want to back you and they want to help you along this journey, yeah, sure. Let them know.
Being a part of the journey to the Grammys. Yes, if you want to get on this ride, I would love to have you and never forget you. It's pledgemusic.com/projects/DiLee. DILEE. And that'll also be on my Reverb Nation page, which is reverbnation.com/DiLee, DILEE. So on any of those sites, you'll probably be able to find everything else. It's kind of a 360. I hope you take at least a peek at it and see if there's something that jumps out at you. But if you want to join on this journey to the Grammys, definitely, please do, and you'll never be forgotten. We'll be friends for life, and when you come to LA, we'll definitely have to hook up for sure.
Hey, take it easy. Just don't give away too much over there. God, it's only $10. Anyway, but yeah, so I do urge any of the listeners out there, definitely go check out DiLee. Social media, check out the crowdfunding, and in case you didn't get the link, you're gonna see our page on the UCW magazine. It'll be right there. Just look, the link will be there. You click on it, it'll bring you where you need to go, as well as the social media, so you didn't miss out. And wherever you're listening to the show, iTunes, Stitcher, this, that, the other thing, 1,000,001 places that it's out there. You can still go back to UCW.com, UCWmagazine.com, and look up DiLee and just find out, how you can take part in this fantastic journey. And DiLee, I want to thank you for coming on the show, and we're going to have you on again as things progress with the reality show and everything, because we are going to have your cast members on here as well in the next several weeks, okay?
Awesome. That'll be fun.
Excellent. Thank you
so much.
Thank you so much, DiLee. And listeners, join us for the next show. And until then, have yourself a fantastic time.
Initiating shutdown sequence.
You're listening to UCW Radio. In your face.
What is your major malfunction?
So let it be written. So let it be done.
Ladies and gentlemen, my mother thanks you, my father thanks you, my sister thanks you, and I thank you.